Hi. So, this is my of my initial response to my script piece for the end of year exam called Far Away by Carol Churchill. So I read through the play and I really like it. Well, like at first I was a bit confused and I didn't really understand it, but then once it was explained, it's really cool because it's really, really detailed, and you have to kind of read between the lines and make up a really detailed background story for you to understand it, and so you can play the character really well. So I am playing Harper, and so I'm playing Harper. I'll explain a bit more in a minute. Basically, the story is set in the future where everything is at war with air. It means everything is at war with everything. So it's kind of nobody knows whose side they're on. Sorry, and yeah. Okay, take two trying to explain the story because I didn't do it very well. Basically, as I said, everything's at war with everything, and Harper and her husband, who nobody really knows in the story, but he's just referred to as the uncle, are kind of using their house in the middle of nowhere as a safe haven. And he's but the uncle is killing children and adults, and at the beginning Harper's kind of tries to ignore it, but so they can't have a kid of their own, so Joan, who's her niece, comes to stay with them because it's not safe where she lives. I think she lived in a city where it wasn't safe, and she's come to live with them, and Harper's really nurturing towards her because she can't have a kid of her own for some reason. I think it's to do that, she's not fertile or something. Yeah. Then Joan goes out in the middle of the night and sees the uncle hitting kids and adults and just killing people in the shed with an iron bar. And she confronts Harper about it, and Harper is just at first she denies it, but then she kind of just tells Joan to keep it a secret. Then it moves on a few years where Joan's older and she's working at a college and she's making hats, and she meets this man called Todd who has very strong political views and is very cynical. I think that's the word. And they're making hats, and you don't realise it at first, but they're making hats for a parade each week where the prisoners walk to their death with really massive, colourful, beautiful hats on their head, and it's very ironic because they're being dressed up for slaughter basically, and Harper's not in that that kind of set of scenes because Joan's grown up, and then Harper and Todd fall in love in the first 5 days that they meet, and then Harper comes back at the end, and this is at the end, and the whole world is at war, including birds and animals and just everything. Joan has gone to war and Todd has gone to war, and they come back to Harper's, and Harper's this is dangerous, you're going to get me involved, and she really doesn't trust Todd, who is now pregnant, Joan's pregnant with Todd's baby, and she really doesn't trust him, and she doesn't, and she's scared that Joan may have put her in danger by coming back, so she's really scared, and because Joan is pregnant, she can't go back to fighting on the battlefield because her baby might die, and she doesn't want her niece to go through that pain. And also because everything's at war with everything. If you have a kid, it will die because someone will kill it because it's a child under 5. That's what I mean. Everyone is just using killing everyone as an excuse, and nobody's on the same side, so nobody knows whose side Harper's on. Yeah, so it's quite confusing at first, but yeah. Then we decided that Harper was gonna kill Joan, not because she's a really horrible person, but she doesn't want her niece to go through that pain, and she knows if she carries on like living, or she'll be so hurt by her daughter being killed that she just doesn't want her to go through that pain, so she kills her. And then she kills Todd too, because I don't really understand. We decided that she was going to kill Todd, I think, because Todd wasn't on the side of, wasn't on the same side as her, and she didn't trust him. The first scene is going to be set in a house, in a bedroom, and because she's climbed out of the window and then gone to bed, and yeah. And then the second scene is, I didn't really know about the second scene because I'm not in it, but it's being set in the college on 2 chairs. And then the third scene is going to be set in this bunker, so you can hear bombs or shooting in the background, and we'll be looking out of the bunker, and there'll be loads of kids in there with us because we're keeping them refugee, and yeah. So, we're also setting it at end on because everyone's setting it on end on, and it's simple. Okay, so my script. I have actioned it. Yeah. So this is the first page. You can see it. If you can't see it, it says stuff like to reassure, to question, to worry. Subtext: I want to go to sleep. I want to shut her up. To nurture, to avoid the question, and unit is get Joan to sleep. And then this is my next page. We cut out those lines in that line there. Can you see that? Okay, because the first thing's really long, and we wanted to get to the really important parts of the scene. So yeah, done that as well. That. And skip on a bit. Then this is my last scene, so. Yeah, so I've actioned and united my stuff, and yeah. So overall, I really liked the play. At first, I wasn't unsure about it, but obviously, it's really challenging mentally because it's futuristic and quite confusing, but it's an amazing play because it just holds so much subtext, and I think also it's about women being powerful as well, because at the end I kill Todd, and I've got the powerful lines, and it just kind of shows, I think it's about women being powerful, and I think it's relevant to a modern audience because it shows, oh my doors. Oh yeah, it's relevant to a modern audience because it's kind of something. I know it's really unrealistic, but we don't know what the future holds, and there is quite a lot of conflict at the moment, and it's kind of quite scary because things could escalate and something like this situation could happen. The relationships are quite clear, but they change over the course of the play. So at the beginning I'm really kind and caring towards Joan because I can't have a child of my own, but near the end, when she escapes from the war to come visit Todd for a day, I am so angry because somebody could have seen her and retraced her back to Harper's house, and my house, and and I don't trust the person she's with, so I'm very wary. And with all the war going on, it's just really dangerous. So I'm really looking forward to performing this. I think it's going to be really good, and we get on in rehearsals and we use really good rehearsal techniques such as walking around as your character and what tension level you're at and what part of the body you lead with, and whether you walk at angles or round or slow or fast, and that gets you into the character of the role. So overall, I really like this play. It's really good. So yeah, thank you.